provide a distinctive voice of reform and to make an impact in the lives of many people. I'm especially grateful for the opportunity that my friend and colleague, Senate President John Cullerton, has provided me to serve his Senate Democratic Caucus as Assistant Senate Majority Leader. I'm also deeply grateful for the patience, perspective, and loving support that my wife Lynn and our 2 children have provided over this uniquely meaningful period of our lives. The needs of my neighbors and constituents in my hometown of Evanston, and we're joined here today by my friend, neighbor, and mayor of Evanston, Liz Tisdall, and across surrounding communities of the North Shore are at the top of my mind at this moment, as they always are. And while I'd like to be able to plan for my own succession the way I would if I were moving on from a position of leadership in the private sector, I know that this simply isn't possible or even appropriate. That said, I am positive of one thing, and that is over the past 21 plus years, I've done everything within my power to create conditions in which the next state senator for my area can be successful. As a leading voice for reform during the 12 years I served in the Illinois House and what will be 10 years upon completion of my term in the state Senate, I'm proud of my successful efforts to bring about sweeping fundamental change of the spending practices and policies of the once notorious Illinois Toll Highway Authority. I'm similarly proud of authoring comprehensive reforms of the state's purchasing laws, ensuring that billions of dollars in public contracts for goods and services are bid fairly and with far greater transparency. While I take very seriously my responsibility to my constituents on the North Shore and to the taxpayers of the state, I also know that my position in the state Senate is only one point, really, of entry into public service. The issue that has been at the center of my passion and what motivates me the most professionally is improving the lives of children and families, especially in our most vulnerable communities. This has been my focus both here in Illinois, across the country, and at times across the ocean in my other full-time career, advising the philanthropy of JB and his wife MK Pritzker over these past 5 years. With this in mind, effective upon completion of my current term in office in January 2013, I've chosen to accept an expanded full-time role advising the Pritzker family on their philanthropic initiatives in the area of early childhood development. Some of the dynamic, impactful initiatives that we've put into place, such as focusing on human capital development with Nobel laureate economist James Heckman, helping to build Educare of Washington, D.C., helping initiate the First 5 Years Fund, the national advocacy organization led by former Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Cornelia Grumman, and other programs and supports are all at critical point of development. Importantly, these Illinois incubated innovations are getting national attention and international attention from both a programmatic and policy perspective. In order to fully take advantage of this unusual moment, I simply need to dedicate myself with a singular professional approach to lead this work in a way that will require more focus, flexibility, and consistency than the responsibilities my 2 full-time careers currently allow. I was first elected to serve here at the state capitol in 1990 when I was 30 years old. And I'm especially proud of having ensured as well that the state's most vulnerable residents can have continued access to high-quality health care. Through innovative financing mechanisms like my hospital assessment legislation, we've secured over $5 billion in new federal Medicaid funding for safety net hospitals like Mount Sinai, Mercy, and Holy Cross hospitals, and academic medical centers like Northwestern Memorial, Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's, and the University of Chicago Medical Center, which serve high numbers of patients without private health insurance. In this next phase of my career, I'll be able to leverage my wisdom, my understanding of the political process, my network and strategic perspective to have an even greater impact on society. I've come to realize that the opportunity to work side by side with one of our state's and our country's most innovative, generous, and strategic businessmen comes along only once in a lifetime. I look forward to putting a renewed passion for the possible into the work that lies ahead. I believe with all my heart that in my lifetime we will see a change in the way in which our nation cares for and educates its most vulnerable children. Thank you. Be happy to answer any questions.
How did you come to this? I mean, what did it, was this something you wrestled with for a few months? Is it something you just decided recently?
This is something I decided recently. I've seen, in particular, over the past couple of years, that as the successes we've had philanthropically have made a greater social impact, both here locally and elsewhere in the country, that it was demanding more and more in my time. In the past couple of years, I found that I was seemingly always on my way to an airport, either to be here or when I wasn't here at the Capitol, to go do that very challenging and fulfilling work that I've been advising the Pritzker family on. So it's really a blessing and an opportunity to do what I love to do the most, which is to have a positive impact on social good. So I've given this a great deal of thought the last few weeks, and I've decided that the opportunity exists now in this moment in time where I can make the greatest impact by exclusively devoting my time to this philanthropy. I'm going to complete my term of office as well in 2013.
How long have you been with the Pritzker family?
I've been advising them for approximately 5 years, a little over 5 years.
As you prepare for this